What in the world is a 540 wave pattern? We've all heard of the terms 180s, 360s, but what is a 540 wave pattern? If that's you, this video is perfect for you. I want you guys to watch it all the way to the end because I'm going to explain to you guys what this pattern is and what to do to achieve it. Let's get it.
I've been going crazy. Plug in, can't play me. Jesus done save me. Can't switch, won't sway me.
If you're a 360 waver, then I'm sure you know how much of a workout brushing can be for your arms. Be sure to order your Brushing the Only Cardio I Need t-shirt today to represent your devotion to the wave game. We also have multiple different colors and sizes to choose from, and you can also get this design in many different types of apparel such as t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, sweatshirts, and more. I'll leave the link in the description below, and thank you guys so much for your support. Peace.
What's good, YouTube? It's your man, the Ninja Waver here, and welcome back to another video. Today, we're talking wave patterns. Now, for those of you who have seen my previous wave pattern videos, you guys should already know what the 180, 360 beehive, and 360 swirl patterns are. But for this video, we're specifically moving on to the next pattern in that timeline, being the 540 wave pattern. Now, if you guys are anything like I was upon first hearing this term, I'm pretty sure it left you confused and had your head spinning. No pun intended. But no, seriously, growing up in school, the only main angles we were aware of was 0 degrees, 90, 180, and 360. And that was in regards to a perfect circle. Anything outside of 360 degrees pretty much didn't exist. Fast forward a few years, you decide to get some waves, amp up your hairstyle, which is the best decision you'll ever make in your life, next to making Jesus the Lord of your life. And you're hearing all these new terms thrown out, 540s, 720s, 810s, 905s. It just leaves you completely overwhelmed. Well, you're not alone, my friend. This is a typical reaction to a lot of new wavers that hear these terms, but I'm here to explain it to you. Simply put, all the 540 wave pattern is an enhanced version of the 360 swirl pattern. That's all it really is. Now, because this pattern will have the user having waves all around their head, it does still fall under that umbrella 360 wave term, but the 540 pattern is a swirl pattern. If you guys take a look at your screen, you'll see two images, one being a 360 swirl image versus another being a 540 swirl image. Now, while both of these pictures look nearly identical at first glance, you will see in a minute that these patterns actually have some minor, and I'd even argue some major differences. Starting with the top, the 360 swirl pattern will typically be straighter or slightly angled at the top, whereas the 540 top side will be completely angled. It has a lot more of a sharper angle to it. Moving to the right hand side, the 360 swirl pattern will have the waves being sloped downward connecting to the back, whereas 540s, the waves will be sloped upwards. Flipping to the backhand side, you'll see that the 360 pattern will have nearly a straight back, whereas the 540 will have a completely angled backside. And then lastly, switching to that left hand side, you'll see that the 360 swirl, the waves will slowly slope upwards gradually connecting back to the top, whereas the 540 pattern on the other hand, the waves will have a nearly vertical appearance. Now, one key thing to remember is, of course, I identify as a 540 waver, but technically I am a 540 hybrid waver because my left side looks more like 360s. My left side, my waves are not vertical, but a true 540 waver will have nearly vertical waves on the left side if brushing clockwise, or the right side if brushing counterclockwise. Then taking a look at the crown, you can see that because both of these patterns are swirl patterns, the crowns won't look too much different. But if you look at the 540 gives off a spiral hurricane-like effect as opposed to the 360 swirl. And this is personally the easiest way to separate both of these patterns. Whereas the 360 swirl pattern looks more like a cinnamon roll, the 540 pattern looks more like a spiral or a hurricane. And this is why the 540 pattern is my favorite pattern, because it has a lot more of a spinning effect. Which ties into my next point. Where did this pattern even come from? We have no idea. But if I had to guess, it had to have been somewhere along the lines of a couple of waivers wanting to stand out and add much more of a spinning illusion to their hairstyle. Enter the 540 wave pattern. It's kind of like going from a Super Saiyan to a Super Saiyan 2 for my anime lovers out there, alright? You have the Super Saiyan transformation, yellow hair spiked up, yellow aura, and it looks great, alright? That's a 360 swirl. But then you have the next level, Super Saiyan 2, and the hair is much more sharper and rigid. You have electricity, and you have these bangs, and you have the rigid aura. It's really that next level type stuff. That's where the 540 pattern comes in, all right? So pretty much the 540 pattern is for wavers who want to take their waves to the next level and add that spinning spiral illusion to it, all right? Literally like a hurricane. Now, on the scale from 0 to 5 in terms of difficulty, with 5 being the most difficult, I would place the 540 pattern at a level 4, all right? This is because unlike the 360 beehive, where each side is linear in relation to the crown, the 540 pattern, each side is almost completely different, all right? It's not like your 180s or your beehive or even your swirls, all right? The 540, like I said, it's completely different on each side. Slanted at the top, sloped upwards on the right, slanted at the back, vertical on the left. So because of that, the user really has to make sure that they're brushing at those exact angles, because this is pretty easy to mess up. In fact, I messed up this pattern and had to cut off all my hair and start over twice. But if you guys can pull this pattern off and really study those brush angles when you're trying to get this pattern, it does have a very high payoff. Just remember, the main key to getting this pattern is pretty much angling your brush. So at the top, angle your brush around 30 to 45 degrees when you're brushing. On the right hand side, you're going to want to angle it on that front half of the right hand side, and then angle it upward on the backhand side of that right side. And then the back side, angle it 45 degrees, and then the left side, angle it vertically. And that's pretty much the gist of how to get 540s, all right? But drop in the comment section below what your favorite wave pattern is, and let me know, what do you guys think about this pattern? Is this something that you would try, or is this a pattern that you want to stay away from? Let me know. But for those of you who don't even have waves and you want to see what the wave journey to getting waves is, be sure to check out this video right here. But that does it. Stay safe. Salute to my wave troops. I'm out.